And once the light has been restored, you can work with the earth to make this playground somewhere where you can have physical experience that enhances your spiritual understanding and evolution. But it is dependent always not on a person here ascending or a person there ascending, but on us all ascending, both on the earth plane and in the successive layers that lead to, and the word I have to use is escape. Is that sufficient?
Very elegantly. Thank you.
Thank you. Please.
I'll continue then, if I may. Would you say that it's a change of mankind's consciousness, this ascension?
It is a change of the spirit. It is a rediscovery of the spiritual consciousness.
Thank you.
The spiritual consciousness has to influence the physical consciousness. And at present, it is totally the other way round. The physical consciousness is imprisoning, is masking the spiritual consciousness. It is in the interest of the field, it is in the interest of the collective consciousness to keep you ill, to keep you unhappy, to keep you insecure, to keep you irritated, to keep you bored, to keep you biting your fingernails, to keep you with that strange feeling in the pit of your stomach, because that feeds the field. As long as the field can keep you like that, it can maintain itself. And I want to tell you something else. The field is not evil. The field has been given consciousness. The field is consciousness. It is an extension of the collective consciousness of men, women, children around the world. It is not evil. It has programmed itself to survive. And it believes that the only way it can survive is by feeding itself with more of the things that keep it in the state that it's in a state of negativity. So we have to not only re-educate people, but as a result of teaching them to send out the light, we have to re-educate the field. We have to show the field that it will continue to exist. That it does not have to feed simply on earthly energies. That it can be powered by spiritual energies forever and ever and ever. Amen. But working with the people of the earth, working with the spirits who visit this world, to create, to give experience, to enjoy bliss and love, rather than the darkness it has plunged itself into. And so the field you should consider as a frightened child who only wants to exist, only knows one way of life and wants to cling on to that one way of life forever. We have to educate ourselves, we have to educate the field. Is that a sufficient answer?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Who would like to talk to Joseph? Who has a question?
Joseph, can I ask, most of you use the feeling of spirituality and having my spirit there and talking to my spirit and listening to my spirit. It's taken me quite a lot of years to get there. Is that quite natural? Was it something that will just carry on growing now? Have more positiveness than the other two?
Once you have rediscovered, not discovered, but rediscovered your origins and your potential, you can never go back. You can never go back. That is not to say that the earth will not pull at you, will not make even more demands on you, because when you become a light, there is a danger. And the danger is you have become a light. You are a light that the field can see, a light that the field can concentrate on, a light that the field can surround and say, I'm not having this. I will take this soul back to the state when this soul is feeding me, not being fed by the light. So you will find on the spiritual path that as you progress along the spiritual path of understanding, it will seem as though the world has turned against you for a while. And every time you take a further step up the staircase of spiritual evolution, the field will seem to want to trip you, to put its hands in front of your face so you cannot see the way ahead, to convince you once again that your old way of life was correct. Don't let it. And the way not to let it is to recognize what it is trying to do. I have said in here before, in this very room, silly field. Go away, silly field. You cannot return me to the ignorance that I had. And you'll find that even if you do go down the path of the field masking what you have discovered spiritually, there are other forces at play. There are stronger forces at play. Because within you there is light that will say to you, I'm still here. I will show you that there is a different way. I will bring to you wonders. I will bring to you guides. I will bring to you inspiration. I will bring to you love. You will sit alone in your chair and you will feel such love and wonder where it's come from. You will find that concepts come into your mind that you have not considered before and which you now understand. And remember that as you progress along the spiritual path, it is not a matter of believing or having faith. It is a matter of knowing from within. That which you know eternally. That which you know can never be taken away from you. You mentioned a number of years before you discovered or felt that you had discovered your spirituality. Well done. Well done, because there are so many for whom the years pass and they never discover that hidden treasure within themselves. And they pass from this life and they incarnate again and again and again, and they do not come to the point that you have come to. So rejoice. It cannot be taken away from you. And remember that you came here to discover things about yourself. And you will have discovered this point in time, this blossoming of spirituality, because of the things that you have gone through. So they have not been your enemy. They have brought you to this point. But having brought you to this point, you now have to recognize them as a tool that you no longer need. I have used the seemingly negative aspects of the earth to get to this point. But from this point onwards, I can approach the challenges in my life in a new way. I can be dispassionate. I can remove myself from them. And I can see only light and love in everything that comes to me and in everything that comes to those that mean the world to me. And I will not be shaken in that. The second half of this equation is that once you have said, I want to advance spiritually, you are really saying, I want everyone else to advance spiritually. And so you have to ask God, where is God? Where is God? Here. Right here. I'm right here. You have to ask God and say, what do you want me to do? What on earth do you want me to do now, Father? How can I pass on a little or a lot of what I have learned thus far? And then you listen very carefully. You look very carefully. And you wait for the people and the circumstances that God will place around you to come to you. And those circumstances will bear in mind always, no matter what you do during your daily life, there is another aspect. You will work to put bread on the table, yes, but you will also work to put light into people's hearts. And you will be shown the way. It does not come from a book. It does not come from a teaching. It comes from within, and that connection to God, and God saying, go here, don't go there. Talk to this person, don't talk to that person. Rest today, work today.